Good, happy Monday evening, June 28, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Monday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Monday evening, so let's begin. First up, High Court rejects New Hampshire Massachusetts tax dispute. The Supreme Court on Monday refused to allow New Hampshire to sue neighboring Massachusetts over an income tax dispute involving people who have been working from home during the coronavirus pandemic. The justices rejected New Hampshire's complaint without comment. The state objects to Massachusetts' collection of income tax from roughly 80,000 New Hampshire residents who are employed by Massachusetts companies, but who have been working remotely. New Hampshire wanted the justices to declare Massachusetts collections unconstitutional and ordered a refund to people who are paying taxes of just over 5%. The issue is especially sensitive in New Hampshire, which lacks a state income tax, but New Hampshire also drew support from New Jersey and Connecticut, among others. Residents of those states who are employed by New York businesses are generally pay state income tax to New York. The Biden administration recommended the justices stay out of the dispute. Justices said they would have allowed the lawsuit to go forward. A despicable act. Winthrop shooting rampage being investigated as a hate crime. Let's take a listen to that video from NBC 10 Boston.
School is out, summer is here, and it is officially grilling season. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite barbecue recipes using hood sour cream. Starting with my oh-so-famous grilled jalapeno poppers. And the reason I love using hood sour cream is it's made with real hood milk and hood cream, so you know it's all good stuff. And just like that, we've got ourselves a party. For more great recipes, head to hood.com/recipes.
Okay, everyone, that is the wrong video. Here we go.
Well, Christie, investigators say he shot both of these black victims several times each in the head and in the back. They also say he would write about the superiority of the white race. One day after two black people were shot to death in Winthrop following this crash, Suffolk County DA Rachel Rollins says the shooter was tied to white supremacy rhetoric. He's been identified by investigators as 28-year-old Nathan Allen of Winthrop.
This guy wanted to go after black people or people of color.
He wanted to kill anyone he could. The two victims have been identified as 58-year-old Dave Green, a retired Mass State Police trooper, and 60-year-old Ramona Cooper, an Air Force veteran. Rollins says Allen, who lived in a third-floor apartment in town with his wife, had a PhD, had no criminal history, and legally owned a gun. Investigators say Allen stole a plumbing truck Saturday afternoon, was speeding down the street when he crashed into this building and then opened fire, killing the two victims. An officer then shot and killed Allen.
Houses of worship for Jewish people are right around these corners. We don't know where he was going. That is mere speculation. We do know he had anti-Semitic rhetoric written in his own hand.
Rollins says several people tried to help the suspect after the crash, but he only shot the black people.
What I can tell you, ma'am, at this early stage is he walked by several other people that were not black, and they are alive. They were not harmed.
And investigators say there is no more threat here to this community now that that suspect is dead. There will be some counseling services made available here in Winthrop over the next several days. We're live in Winthrop tonight. I'm Catherine Sotnick, NBC 10 Boston.
We all dream of...
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Driver arrested after vehicle ends up on path behind Castle Island's Fort Independence. A Massachusetts State Police said the driver of a sedan was arrested Monday afternoon after driving onto the Harbor Walk path on South Boston's Castle Island on Monday afternoon, ending up parked behind the fort. Video from Sky 5 showed a silver sedan parked on Harbor Walk behind Fort Independence at Castle Island, not far from Lieutenant John McKirkley Fishing Pier. Police said just before 2:30 p.m. they attempted to stop the vehicle on a nearby Day Boulevard. Police said the driver sped away and onto Castle Island. According to police, the driver drove on the bike path in Harbor Walk for a bit before stopping and attempting to run away. Police said the person was taken into custody after a short foot pursuit. Dozens of police officers and both Boston Police and Massachusetts State Police vehicles were parked on the sidewalk and roadway next to Sullivan's following the incident. The South Boston Peninsula is an extremely popular location during warm summer days due to its proximity to Boston Harbor and Pleasure Bay. No injuries were reported. Maine communities open cooling centers as heat and humidity returns. Let's take a listen to that video from WMTW News 8 Maine.
This is an ECMO circuit, and this serves as an artificial heart pump and artificial lungs for the body when those organs are failing.
These patients, if it were...
And as she mentioned, we are in for one of the hottest days of the year so far, with most of the state under that heat advisory. As a way to help Mainers beat that heat, especially those without AC, the Portland Ice Arena will operate as a cooling center today and tomorrow. from 9 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. You're free to hang out in that building for as long as you would like. Foot traffic tends to pick up once public skating starts at 11:45.
Building temperature is kept at about 65, but with the ice, it's usually a little lower. So you definitely feel a difference when you walk through the door immediately, and then when you walk through the double doors to get into the actual rink, it's an instant cool off.
And there's also a cooling center open at the Bridgeton Community Center today and tomorrow from 9 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Delta variant flu COVID cases in states with low vaccination rates. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Enjoy presentations with Canva.
Well, now to the pandemic and that highly contagious Delta variant fueling new cases and hospitalizations in states with low vaccination rates. Elwin Lopez is outside the CDC headquarters in Atlanta with more. Good morning, Elwin.
Hey, Eva, good morning. Even as COVID cases drop across the nation, there are pockets where infections are rising. That Delta variant, a major threat against the virus, especially in those states with low vaccination rates. Hospitalizations in Arizona, Arkansas, and Nevada are surging, all up by nearly 20% or more. Also, that highly contagious strain of the virus has now been detected in all but one state. Missouri now becoming a hotspot for that variant. Hospitalizations there are at their highest level since March. And in Israel, they are reimposing their indoor mask mandates just 10 days after lifting them. Amid a surge in cases related to that highly contagious strain of the virus, the prime minister there is urging those who are not vaccinated to get that arm to needle. Eva?
A reminder that this is not over yet. Elwin Lopez for us there. Thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night and goodbye.